Welcome to the business segment on JoyNews Desk. I know this is not the usual thing you see for the business segment, but today we've got a really important story to share with all of you. And Sandra Apenu is in the studio with me to bring us that story. We definitely will get answers from the National Service Secretariat.
Yeah, Ben, this is quite an interesting revelation and also interesting story we picked up from social media. We see a lot of advertisements on social media, so the business team actually sat together to discuss how to go about the story. And our colleague Karen tried to speak to some middlemen who are actually charging people, personnel of the National Service. So if they actually give you a posting to a rural community or a place you don't like, you can actually change it. And that's what we're talking about today in business.
Interesting. So we can bring you that particular piece, then we get to the people responsible to get some answers.
And so we start with this interesting development, and she paid 500 cedis to get a dream job for a year as a service personnel. She believed to pave way for the job market for many graduates. Some are willing to go the very length, every length to be able to get this dream realized. Karen Dodo has been investigating some middlemen who are extorting money from graduates for national service postings.
NSS reposting, NSS reposting, NSS reposting. You didn't get a preferred place to do your national service? Don't worry. Just call or WhatsApp me on 0549 585 for a cool and 100% secured deal. So I called Viper Dedoyen, as his Facebook account indicates the service he provides. At 400 cedis and a strong influence at the National Service Secretariat, he tells me I will be reposted.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, I don't know if you can help me. I saw this number on Facebook. I want to change my
NSS.
Yes, please. I got Nawabin. They posted me to Nawabin, Kumasi, but I don't know if I could get somewhere in Accra. I don't want to go outside Kumasi.
Yeah, you can. So you pay an amount of 400 cedis, and then you provide us with your details, as in your name, your NSS number, the place that you want the and the reason.
Yeah, I just want assurance that you do it. Some people, they don't even know.
I will do it.
Yeah, sure.
I will do it.
You have links to the NSS.
Yeah.
Okay. Mama is one of such victims who should not be paying for serving the nation. An engineering graduate posted to a hospital store. She tells me she changed that following an advertisement on a WhatsApp platform.
I was praying to get a particular region. Then it turned around. I had a different region altogether. Then I contacted the boy again. Hey, where did you get? It was like, oh, I had where I told you. Hey, okay, so I want a reposting. Should I go to the NSS office? Then he was like, nah, don't even look at your face. It's going to be a long process. And he was like, okay, so you can do the reposting. I can help you do the reposting, but you have to pay. So that was when he helped me after giving him some money.
How much?
It's 500 cedis.
Although the National Service Secretariat has the sole mandate of posting service personnel to specific institutions, it is obvious that some individuals are illegally raking hundreds of cedis out of this.
So it doesn't matter where I've been posted to, but I just want to go there. That was what I was willing to. Then it turned around. I had a different region altogether. Then I contacted the boy again. Hey, where did you get? It was like, oh, I had where I told you. Hey, okay, so I want a reposting. Should I go to the NSS office? Then he was like, nah, don't even look at your face. You have to go to the office that you had. When they say that place is full, then you can go back. It's going to be a long process. And he was like, okay, so you can do the reposting. I can help you do the reposting, but you have to pay. So that was when he helped me after giving him after giving him money. Let me use the word money because it was quite huge.
How much?
It's 500 cedis.
Was that the initial price or you had to bargain?
That was the initial price.
Okay. Amma suspects that the NSS is part of the syndicate.
He was working, he's a middleman to a particular person. So I asked the name of the person, if I can see the person in, like, to talk face to face, vis-a-vis. I was like, nah, it's not important. It's a security reason. So I said, what security? The thing you are doing is everybody knows reposting is going in, so what type of security? Then we just brushed it off and moved to a different topic.
This will not be the first suspected rot at the Secretariat. In 2014, reports by the BNI suggested that some senior officers bloated the payroll with as many as 31,516 ghost names. Although authorities at the Secretariat are yet to respond to the allegations on this development, there are indications their involvement cannot be glossed over. For Joy Business, Karen Dodu.
Well, very interesting revelations there by Karen Dodu in that report. So, Sandra, there definitely are other aspects to the story that we could not capture here in this particular report. And it has to do with issues like people not liking where they were posted.
That has been the major issue in the past. I'm sure you faced that problem as well when you're being posted for national service. And also another interesting part and why people want to pay middlemen for things like this is because, for instance, I went to a school of communication or journalism school, and at the end of the day, I'm posted to an agriculture sector or even a health sector, and the perception is that you have no idea what to expect when you get onto the field. So I'd rather stay in my lane or go for something that I've gone to study at school. So you start looking for ways and means to be able to change your postings, and that's been one of the major reasons why we see this kind of thing in the system. And you know, interestingly, after the story aired, we've had a lot of calls. People are reaching out to us to share their experience. So it's something that has been happening for some time now, and middlemen are cashing in, making huge sums of money.
And now with the use of technology, they are, for the lack of a better expression, expanding the kind of business they do. But we've got Mustafa Yusuf. He's Executive Director of the National Service Secretariat. He joins us on the phone. Good morning, sir. Thanks for your time.
Good morning, Bennett, and good morning to all your cherished listeners and viewers.
Great to have you here. Now, we've had this story aired, and some of the activities of these middlemen happen to be successful. My colleague tells me that we've had people coming to share their stories. Sometimes they are able to change the posting area for these service secretariats. How are they able to do that?
Let me first of all make it clear that at the end of the beginning of this service year postings, we have issued a press release upon press release upon press release, appealing to all prospective service personnel that they should be mindful of unscrupulous people going around extorting money from our service personnel who are supposed to be serving this country. And nobody, and we want to repeat that nobody should be paying any money for postings. But the report that we are also receiving confirming what you have said, because and we have taken notice of it. We've written to the National Security, we've written to the Director of CID, and currently investigation is ongoing. We have so far arrested over 5 persons who have been collecting money allegedly. And currently the investigation is ongoing, and you can cross-check that from the Police CID head office, and also you can cross-check that from the National Security Intelligence Bureau. So I just want you to take note and use this platform to appeal to all service personnel that National Service won't allow any reposting, and those who go out there calling themselves middlemen and extorting money to put stop, or else if you are caught, the laws of this country will deal with you.
So, Mr. Mustafa Yusuf, what you're saying is that it is not possible to get a reposting even if you have legitimate means. I mean,
no,
I'm saying that because
there are exceptions. For example, if a woman and we posted you, and at the time of the deployment you are pregnant, and because of family issues and your condition, sometimes when you come with self report, we are able to repost you to a close nearby because of your condition. If you're also a physically challenged person and we don't have that prior information, we deploy you, and you come later on, we later on find out, we then can change your postings for you. Also, sometimes when you have a particular skill that an institution is required of you, and you have been posted elsewhere, and that institution writes to us that because of the skills this person possesses, we need him to support us, especially when it's a private sector youth agency. We normally will consider such instances and repost you.
All right, Mr. Yusuf, quickly, that is with the legitimate way of changing a posting. How do people who fit these categories you've described go about it?
Pardon?
I'm asking that with legitimately changing the postings without using middlemen. You've mentioned some categories like being physically challenged, pregnant.
We have 216 district offices across the country, and we have 10 regional offices, and we have the head office. As we speak, we have almost 40 registration centers. So if you have if you fall under this category, maybe you have a particular skill an agency requires of you, the agency have given you assurance letter that when you come, they need your services there, and you approach any of our registration centers, they will forward it to National Service Head Office for redress.
Okay.
Or if you also fall under any of the categories spelled out earlier, you will be addressed. So if you don't follow the proper channel, don't be using middlemen.
All right. And talking about
circumstances.
All right, and talking about middlemen, we have stories or instances where they have been successful in changing the postings of some of these people who contact them with monies. And I'm asking, how are they able to do that? You're executive director of the NSS.
I don't have any evidence of people. All what I know is that those who made an attempt of trying extorting money and also bringing them to bring in their list for reposting, we have arrested, and I'm putting it on your platform, that 5 persons have been arrested so far as we speak.
Okay, now the foundation of this problem, if I may say, is that national service personnel usually do not like where they are posted for various reasons. Some your outfit may consider flimsy or not legitimate per your description of who qualifies to have their postings changed. I'm asking you this question on the background that I've just created. Are you considering reorienting in any way national service personnel on what really national service is about?
Year in, year out, we organize on-campus orientation for all prospective national service across the country. We do. And even this year, we have gone further and we have introduced refresher training, all in effort to reorient the service personnel to understand that national service, we should not just want to do national service in our comfort zone. You should be able to move to other parts of the country. Ghana is not only Accra. Ghana is a very big country with 10 regions, with over 250 districts. So we should be able to serve this country, contribute our part to the development of this country, irrespective about where you are posted. But we have also taken notice of the challenges that national service personnel goes through, and we are putting modalities to address those challenges. We've directed all our district officers and we've also appealed to traditional rulers to support national service personnel who are posted into their communities and who are posted into their districts to serve. And our district, and also through the MMPAs, the district chief executives and the metropolitan chief executives, we have also appealed to them, and we are working very closely with them to ensure that personnel deployed to their various district assemblies are received well, and they are also supported to settle down properly.
Your response is in respect to location, geography, but what about those who are posted to do jobs that they do not have the skill or does not fit in their field of study in school? That seems to also be a major challenge for some of these personnel. Our database, before you are posted, we will do assessment of, we will have your profile. We have a profile of all the service personnel across the country. And before you are posted, we have requests from all the user agencies. The user agencies will spell out their particular or the specific
your background is engineering, you are not supposed to. You can teach physics, you can teach mathematics, you can teach. So when you are deployed and they need somebody, or you can even teach design, craft, and technology. So there are good reasons why we are posted there. So normally, ordinarily, we expect that all service personnel report where they have been posted and also listen to the agencies why they requested for them and why they were deployed there.
So you're saying here now that there's no way any service personnel will be posted to an area their services or skills are not needed?
Yes, that is what I'm telling you.
Interesting. You mentioned that the police has arrested some 5 people in connection with these middlemen who are promising to change the postings of national service personnel. But as an institution, with dealing with your own structures and probably your database, is there anything or are there any steps you're taking in that regard?
We have audit trails of every activity that occurs on our database. So in instances where you have evidence about somebody has taken money, you can bring the person's NSS number and we'll be able to trace how the change happened. And we'll know the source of the change. We have data audit trails of every activity that happened on our database.
And internally with some of your workers, are you saying they are all clean in this regard? Are you 100% sure?
We are working with human institutions, so I cannot say all my staff, everybody's hands are clean.
But are there any structures? Are there any structures? We are putting a
system where every activity is traced. It's traceable, it's auditable.
Okay, so you're saying that it's practically impossible for any NSS official to try and change the reposting of...
I'm not saying it's practically impossible. When there is any official or officer does that, we can trace the person.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Because there's audit trail of every activity.
But if the case is not reported, there's no way you can tell if that has happened.
Yes. Until we get a reported case, then we can then go through the audit trail and see who affected the changes.
So in other words, there are no preventive measures. That's the question I'm asking. Are there any structures that is making it impossible for any of your officials to even attempt that?
Because I've told you that there are circumstances, there are genuine reasons why there is a good reason why changes can be done. If, for example, you are pregnant,
yes.
for example,
you mentioned all that.
If, for example, you have a particular skill that you are required, there are changes will continue to be done. It will continue to happen, but in such cases, when it happens, you have a good reason. We can trace it and see why that changes happen.
All right, Mr. Mustafa Yusuf, I really appreciate your time this morning. He's Executive Director of the National Service Secretariat. So, Sandra Appin is here, and the business team will be carrying the story.
Yes, of course, we'll be
day.
following up on the story and we'll be bringing viewers an update on what we've been gathering on the ground so far. It's good. He mentioned a lot of things, but I think that it's not totally true that officials, they are not aware of what is happening.
And you have a second part of this investigation that will air shortly. Definitely, you want to make a date on all our business segments, on all platforms, as well as bulletins for updates on this.